Josh Brehmer here with this week's Regal Rundown. Today we have another great episode. First of all, happy Halloween to all you viewers out there. Hope you are going to have a nice trick-or-treat night. Today we're welcoming back soccer head coach Joe Alianiello and equestrian star Hannah Nedrud. Today we'll start with Coach Joe Alianiello. Coach, how are you doing? Hair's looking great. I tried to imagine. I envy you with your hair.
Yeah.
So, UMC soccer team came off a huge couple games this weekend, both holding Minot State and you married to ties. Last year, you guys struggled against them, having a combined score of 10-1. Talk about how comparing last year's season against them to this year and holding them to not scoring any goals.
Well, I think last year too we physically hit a wall when we only had 15 kids on the team last year, and I think that stuck in the craw of the returners this year a little bit. The fact that we gave up, we had a bad weekend last year, so we changed things tactically. We kind of changed our formation, tweaked our system a little bit to be a little more defensive. But we created some decent chances too.
Yeah.
But it was good to get 2 shutouts. It was good to. I think our whole back line played well. Obviously, Lexi had a great weekend. And it gives us some momentum going forward to end the season.
Yeah, it's good to see the difference between that and see how well the players improve too as well.
Absolutely.
So you're coming upon your last weekend here for the soccer team, and after your second season, talk about how impressed you were with your girls this second season and what you're looking forward to going into your third season here at UMC.
Well, I think there's no doubt we've been more competitive. 4 ties. I mean, and a lot of those ties have gone either way. So, you could be looking at 7 wins right now.
Yeah.
So and defensively we're gonna smash the goals against record for the season. We've given up 19 this year. I think the school record is 36. So we're doing well defensively. Obviously, moving forward, we got to be more of a threat going forward and scoring some goals.
Yeah.
It's not every time we see keepers like you when you came to practice. But so we're trying to do a little bit more of that this week. We've been trying to be more aggressive going forward.
Yeah.
Hopefully that pays off against St. Cloud on Friday. If not, it's gonna be a main focus going into the offseason, just being more offensive minded a little bit. We got a lot of kids who came from a defensive background, and they love defending. They don't.
Yeah.
It's not in their nature to go forward. So we kind of coach that out of them a little bit going forward.
Gotta get out of your bubble and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of get used to a different play.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have 6 seniors on the team. I'm sorry, I gotta use my notes. These are a lot of names. Ashley Erdman, Rachel Halligan, Drew Underdahl, Nikki Hammond, Sammy Berglund, and Amanda Crook. Talk about what they have meant to the UMC program as a soccer player.
Sure. I mean, well, they've been great because, I only came in last year. And anytime a coaching change happens, it's not easy for anyone. And, Ashley's season was cut short this year through her migraines, and she's been a godsend off the field. She's done a lot of film work for us, helped us get set before game days. I mean, she could have hung her head. And the fact that she's been one of the most positive people on the team, I think it's been good for the younger kids to see that.
Yeah.
And with Nikki and Rachel, they're 2 engines on the field. They do a lot of stuff for us. It gets unnoticed because we don't score as many goals, but they do a lot of work on the field for us. And Amanda's been a good influence. She's a little older than some of the kids, so I think the new kids see that and have a good role model, especially if someone has interest off the field. She's in an agronomy club. She does crops production team. She does all this other stuff that I think is good for our kids to see that. And Sammy Berglund has been awesome. Came from softball last year and just a good kid. She gets the freshmen organized before games for the creed, even though they don't enjoy reading that sometimes. And she does a lot of stuff like that. And then Drew really bailed us out last year. We needed to keep her. She lost her job to Lexi this year, but she's been good handling it. And so it'll be sad to see them go because they're great. They're great kids. Yeah. I really enjoyed coaching them, but. They've been a lot to me since I've been here and got to know them, and hopefully that we will stay in touch as it moves on, I guess.
A lot of leadership through those 6 seniors.
Absolutely.
That's pretty good seeing the team. Well, Joe, thanks for
being on the show
today.
Happy Halloween,
Happy Halloween. Keep that hair flowing.
Take care.
Now we will talk with Hannah Nedrud from the equestrian team. Hannah, how are you doing today?
Good.
How are you doing on this Halloween?
Really good.
What are your plans to be for Halloween tonight?
Well, tonight I really am just going to relax and have a nice quiet evening.
Oh, there you go. That's always good.
Yeah.
That's always good. So UMC Huntsy has had a good start to the season.
Yeah.
You guys took second, I believe, at Wisconsin River Falls. Talk about what was going through the equestrian team's mind, like what were you guys preparing for and talk about the reaction after taking second in Wisconsin.
Well, we were thrilled. We had a really good show. It was so nice after all of our preparation and all the time and effort we put in to see our riders go in there, have really solid rides, be really competitive, and place really well. So we got a good start for points for the season. We're really happy with it, and we want to stay consistent up to this next home show.
Yes, consistency always is really big.
Absolutely.
To any sport. So you had a good weekend. You took third in the novice equitation over fences,
Yes.
and you took first in novice equitation on flat. Talk about what you're going to have to do to prepare yourself for coming in and competing on November 23rd and November 24th, and what you really need to maintain and stay focused on.
Yeah, well, over fences, I wasn't super consistent. I had decent rides, but they were a little bit more PC than I'd want them to be. So I'm definitely working on, getting good distances, takeoff distances to my fences, making sure I stay with the horse's motion, don't get left behind or too far ahead. So those are the things that's kind of my jumping off point for this next show, and that's definitely what I'm working on. As far as flat, I had a really solid ride, a really good horse that really worked off my aids. Definitely happy with that. So I just want to stay consistent, stay focused, and I'm really excited to ride our horses at our home show.
Back to the consistency, there it is.
Absolutely.
So not everyone knows about what goes into a practice for equestrian. So take us through a typical practice week for you and for other riders, not just Huntsy, but also Western.
Sure. Well, we all have different practices. So besides workouts, we have all team practices, and ours, the Huntsy, is on Tuesday evenings. So we ride in a couple groups, and then we help coach each other if we're not riding. And then every team member has at least one lunge line practice a week. And lunge line is where you have a person standing in the middle, and the horse is on a line, and that person sends the horse in a circle around. And then the person riding the horse doesn't touch the reins, but they can work on their balance, their coordination, the use of their seat and leg aids, and then also strengthening their muscles for riding. So that's very helpful. And then throughout the afternoons, we have small group practices, so individuals can work on skills that are in their division and more specific things that are, all team practices. So.
Well, Hannah Nedrud, thanks for joining me today on Regal's Rundown. I hope you have a fantastic, lazy Halloween. Hopefully you have some trick-or-treaters tonight. I'm Josh Brehmer with this week's Regal Rundown. Make sure you tune in next week for another good episode. We chill.